Negative and absolute true end. Negative and absolute end. Negative and absolute everything. Negative and absolute infinity. Negative epsilon omega. Negative epsilon null. Negative aleph omega. Negative aleph null.
Negative infinity. Negative 1 googolplex.
Negative 1 millenillion. Negative 1 nongennovem nonagentillion. Negative 1 nongentillion. Negative 1 octangentillion. Negative 1 septingentillion. Negative 1 sexentillion. Negative 1 quingentillion. Negative 1 quadrangentillion. Negative 1 tricentillion. Negative 1 ducentillion. Negative 1 centillion. Negative 1 nonagentillion. Negative 1 octuagentillion. Negative 1 septuagentillion. Negative 1 sexagentillion. Negative 1 quinquagentillion. Negative 1 quadragentillion. Negative 1 googol. Negative 1 trigentillion. Negative 1 vigentillion. Negative 1 decillion. Negative 1 nonillion. Negative 1 octillion. Negative 1 septillion. Negative 1 sextillion. Negative 1 quintillion. Negative 1 quadrillion. Negative 1 trillion. Negative 1 billion. Negative 1 million. Negative 100,000. Negative 10,000.
Negative 1,000.
Negative 100.
Negative 10.
Negative 9.
Negative 8.
Negative 7.
Negative 6. Negative 5.
Negative 4.
Negative 3.
Negative 2.
Negative 1.
Negative 0.9.
Negative 0.8.
Negative 0.7.
Negative 0.6. Negative 0.5.
Negative 0.4.
Negative 0.3.
Negative 0.2.
Negative 0.1. Negative 0.
Branoro. Titanoro. Jihanoro. Juwanoro. Codenoro. Arunoro. Hijirando. Zeroed. Beato zeroed. Omegade zeroed. Prototype beta zeroed. Overpay at zeroed. P ammoniated zeroed. Yipagashner organizational lays zeroed.
0.
One versalion. One decillion. One icosilion. One decillion. One mesillion. One vicillion. One zonillion. One octillion. One septillion. One attillion. One centillion. One piecillion. One nonillion. One microillion. One maximus million. One centimillion. One vigentimillion. One decimillion. One nanomillion. One octimillion. One septimillion. One sexmillion. One quinmillion. One quadrimillion. One trimillion. One dumillion. One million.
One nongentillion. One octingentillion. One septingentillion. One sexcentillion. One quingentillion. One quadringentillion. One tercentillion. One ducentillion. One centillion. One nonagentillion. One octogentillion. One septuagentillion. One sexagentillion. One quinquagentillion. One quadragentillion. One trigentillion. One bigentillion. One novemdecillion. One octodecillion. One septendecillion. One sexdecillion. One quindecillion. One quadruordecillion. One tridecillion. One duodecillion. One undecillion. One decillion. One nonillion. One octillion. One septillion. One sextillion. One quintillion. One quadrillion. One trillion. One billion. One million. 100,000. 110,000. 1,000. 2,000. 5,000. 100. 500. 1/10. 1/5. Quarter. 1/3. Half. 1. 1.5. 2. 2.5. 3. Pi. 3.5. 4. 4.5. 5. 6. 10. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. 100. 200. 300. 400. 500. 600. 700. 800. 900. 1,000. 10,000. 100,000. 1,000,000. 10,000,000. 100,000,000. 1,000,000,000.
1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. 1 trivigintillion. 1 quadrivigintillion. 1 quinvigintillion. 1 sexvigintillion. 1 septvigintillion. 1 octavigintillion. 1 novemvigintillion. 1 trigintillion. 1 utrigintillion. 1 duotrigintillion. Google. 1 tetragintillion. 1 quadrigintillion. 1 quintrigintillion. 1 sextrigintillion. 1 septentrigintillion. 1 octatrigintillion. 1 novemtrigintillion. 1 quadragintillion. 1 unquadragintillion. 1 duoquadragintillion. 1 trequadragintillion. 1 quattuorquadragintillion. 1 quinquadragintillion. 1 sexquadragintillion. 1 septenquadragintillion. 1 octaquadragintillion. 1 novemquadragintillion. 1 quinquagintillion. 1 unquinquagintillion. 1 duoquinquagintillion. 1 trequinquagintillion. 1 quadriquinquagintillion. 1 quinquinquagintillion. 1 sexquinquagintillion. 1 septenquinquagintillion. 1 octaquinquagintillion. 1 novemquinquagintillion. 1 sexagentillion. 1 unsexagentillion. 1 duosexagentillion. 1 trisexagentillion. 1 quatuorsexagentillion. 1 quintsexagentillion. 1 sexagentillion. 1 septensexagentillion. 1 octosexagentillion. 1 novemsexagentillion. 1 septuagentillion. 1 unseptuagentillion. 1 duoseptuagentillion. 1 triseptuagentillion. 1 quatuorseptuagentillion. 1 quinseptuagentillion. 1 sexseptuagentillion. 1 septenseptuagentillion. 1 octoseptuagentillion. 1 novemseptuagentillion. 1 octogentillion. 1 unoctogentillion. 1 duooctogentillion. 1 trioctogentillion. 1 quatuoroctogentillion. 1 quinoctogentillion. 1 sexoctogentillion. 1 septenoctogentillion. 1 octaoctogentillion. 1 novemoctogentillion. 1 nonagentillion. 1 unknownagentillion. 1 duononagentillion. 1 trinonagentillion. 1 quatuornonagentillion. 1 quinonagentillion. 1 sexnonagentillion. 1 septennagentillion. 1 octononagentillion. 1 novemnonagentillion. 1 centillion. 1 ducentillion. 1 tricentillion. 1 quadrantillion. 1 quingentillion. 1 sexentillion. 1 septingentillion. 1 octogentillion. 1 nongentillion. 1 nonagentillion. 1 millenillion.
1 dumillenillion. 1 trimillenillion. 1 quadrimillenillion. 1 quinmillenillion. 1 sexmillenillion. 1 septimillenillion. 1 octomillenillion. 1 nonimillenillion. 1 decimillenillion. 1 vigentmillenillion. 1 centimillenillion. 1 maximus million. 1 micrillion. Largest prime ever discovered. 1 nonillion. Trilog. 1 facillion. 1 attillion. 1 zeptillion. 1 yoctillion. 1 zonillion. 1 bacillion. 1 macillion. 1 duocillion. 1 tricillion. 1 tetracillion. 1 pentacillion. 1 hexacillion. 1 heptacillion. 1 octocillion. 1 ennicillion. 1 icocillion. 1 mecocillion. 1 duecocillion. 1 trioecocillion. 1 tetraecocillion. 1 pentaecocillion. 1 hexecocillion. 1 heptecocillion. 1 octecocillion. 1 enecocillion. 1 triaquintillion. Googleplex. 1 tetraquintillion. 1 pentaquintillion. 1 hexaquintillion. 1 heptaquintillion. 1 octaquintillion. 1 enoquintillion. 1 hectillion. Esodonplex. 1 dohectillion. 1 trihectillion. 1 tetrahectillion. 1 pentactillion. 1 hexahectillion. 1 heptahectillion. 1 octahectillion. 1 enahectillion. 1 kilillion. Vesicillillion. Hectaquillion, Megillion, Gigillion, Teralog, Trillion, Petillion, Exillion, Zetillion, Yohillion, Zenillion, Decillion, Candillion. First Q's number. Docillion, Tradacillion, Datacillion, Pedicillion, Extacillion, Zeticillion, Yodacillion, Nodacillion, Icillion, Icanillion, Icadillion, Ictrillion, Icterillion, Iseptillion, Istillion, Ixtillion, Iciatillion, Ixenillion, Trachillion, Tachillion, Pecillion, Exactillion, Zacillion, Yocillion, Necillion, Hotillion, Batillion, Trotillion, Totillion, Petillion, Exatillion, Zotillion, Utillion, Notillion, Calillion, Daclillion, Cotillion, Megillion, Gigillion, Pentalog, Astillion, Lemillion, Fermillion, Jovillion, Solillion, Betillion, Glossilion, Gaxillion, Supillion, Vericillion, Multillion, Hexalog, Heptalog, Octal, Fast-growing, Fast-growing hierarchy Phi 2, Fast-growing hierarchy Phi 3, Fast-growing hierarchy Phi 1, Fast-growing hierarchy Phi 2, Congulus.
Tree 3. Repeated G sequence of tree 3. Tree 4. Tree 5. Tree 3. Tree 4 tree 3 times and 3. SSCG 3. SSCG 4. SSCG 5. SSCG 3. SSCG 4 SSCG 3 times and 3. 1,011 function number.
Infinity. Infiniteplex. Infiniteplexian. Infiniteplexi Google. Omega. Aleph null. Aleph half. Aleph 1. Aleph 1 and a half. Aleph omega. Aleph alpha. Epsilon null. Epsilon 1. Epsilon omega. Epsilon alpha. Zeta null. Zeta 1. Eta null. Pfefferman Schut ordinal. Ackermann ordinal. Bachmann-Howard ordinal. Church-Claney ordinal. Inaccessible cardinal. Malo cardinal. Weakly compact cardinal. Magellan Canalia pardoning cardinal. Haloi Pfeffering Juria Coernia jondinal. Keegans and jondinal. Rear jondinal. Shuzi Henku jondinal. Bu Shishi Shu jondinal. Lanjiao Shansuo jondinal. Wo Yao Kai Dianchi Wu jondinal. Shuzi Shizui Hauda jondinal. Shisuo Yu GMU Jongda de Shuza gendinal. Inoa Oi rondinal. Koshokyo Fusho rondinal. Shikuna Sujio O Street rondinal. Zai Women Jigen rondinal. aka Wasagi Shadsu rondinal. Buluhi rondinal. The large number. The larger number. The mega large number. The ultimately large number. The ultimately large number plus infinity. The ultimately large number plus epsilon null. The ultimately large number plus Keegans and jondinal. The ultimately large number plus Inoa Oi rondinal. The ultimately large number plus Buluhi rondinal. The ultimately large number plus the larger number. The ultimately large number plus the ultimately large number. The ultimately large number times 4. The ultimately large number times 100. Unlimited. Double unlimited. Triple unlimited. Quadruple unlimited. Quintuple unlimited. Sextuple unlimited. Septuple unlimited. Octuple unlimited. Non-Ripple Unlimited. Dectriple Unlimited. HTTP 404. Double HTTP 404. World's largest HTTP 404 ever. World's Mega Ultra Super Duper Extreme largest HTTP 404 ever in the entire universe. World's Mega Ultra Super Duper Extreme largest HTTP 404 ever in the entire universe plus infinity. World's Mega Ultra Super Duper Extreme largest HTTP 404 ever in the entire universe plus infinity plus 100. Nothing. Nothing times 2. Nothing times 5. Nothing times 10. Nothing times 100. Nothing times 1,000. Nothing times 1 million. Question mark. Double question mark. Triple question mark. Quadruple question mark. Quintuple question mark. $1. $5. $10. $100. $1,000. $1 million. £1. 5 pounds. 10 pounds. 100 pounds. 900 pounds. 1 Indian rupee. 97,104 Indian rupees. 1 baht. 1 dong. Super dong. 1 yuan.
1 heptayuan. 1 infinite yuan. 1 dong yuan. 1 super yuan. 1 ultimate yuan. 100 a yuan. 1,000 a yuan. 1 million yuan. 1 billion yuan. 1 trillion yuan. 1 quadrillion yuan. Absolute infinity. Absolute infinity plus 1. Absolute infinity plus infinity. Absolute infinity times 2. Omega to the power of epsilon null. Omega to the power of phi 3. Unlimited omega. Absolute omega phi. Omega refixed point. Omega cured googlaw. Omega refixed twice point. Meg Leonor cardinal. Mina number cardinal. Moser double. 1x. 1 to the power of x 1x. Absolute ever number. Capital theta. Transfinity. Superfinity. Ultrafinity. Hyperfinity. Megafinity. Terrafinity. Outerfinity. Thetafinity. strong compact cardinal, and affinity. Ordinal level break-in. To infinity. Omnifinity. Godfinity. Jesus affinity. Pragarse affinity. Baggy Harabagage affinity.
Nevesa Detlanedro. Fentazaratronidro. Pengasataquadronidro. Jean Sosaya Quadraniho. Wepe Ricadronico. Pepe Papa Pipo. Kebake Fagahiko. Opiasabumbo Jimboragiaso. Calabojan Omega. Prejamo Asian Omega. Omgahayo Jagosation Omega. Prototrollable Jubagon Siso Omega. Absolute everything. Absolute Godverything. Absolute Jesugathing. Absolute Helle King. Absolute Omega. Absolute Omegan End. Absolute True End. Absolute Beyond True End.
Glitchless finity. Glitchfinity. Glitchy affinity. Glitch Eastfinity. Most glitchy affinity. Django affinity. Penguinate. Skiplo 97. Magenta sheet number. Pink sheet number. Purple sheet number. Blue sheet number. Cyan sheet number. Steel sheet number. Green sheet number. Chartreuse sheet number. Yellow sheet number. Amber sheet number. Orange sheet number. Vermilion sheet number. Red sheet number. White sheet number. Light brown sheet number. Brown sheet number. Gray sheet number. Dark gray sheet number. Black sheet number. Rainbow sheet number. Gold sheet number. Silver sheet number. Bronze sheet number. Indigo sheet number. Godgunler sheet number. Grillenler sheet number. Infinite sheet number. Olive sheet number. Epsilon sheet number. Zeta sheet number. Phi sheet number. Pfefferman sheet number. Uncountable sheet number. Weekly compact sheet number. Best sheet number. Better sheet number.
9 heures. 9 heures Ilion. never centillion, never ducentillion, never millinnion, never septuagimillion, never myrillion, never centimillion, never infinity, never infinity omega, never omega, never omega infinity, never aleph null, never aleph omega, never epsilon null, never the temps hull, never gamma hull, never absolute infinity, never omega fixe point, never absolute everything, never mega absolute malo cardinal, never absolute end, never absolute true end, never ending, never true ending, the ender, the god end, the god end, the even more god end, the super even more god end, the mega super even more god end, the omega mega super even more god end, the ultimate omega mega super even more god end, the godly ultimate omega mega super even more god end, the godly ultimate omega mega super even more god end, the absolute godly ultimate omega mega super even more god end, the satanic absolute godly ultimate omega mega super even more god end.
Фарь. Тофарь. Редьбедь. Блэбедь. Брыкенбедь. Аниплекс. Ундредплекс. Лимит. Калимит. Тереал лимит. Тефинал лимит.
Beyond the final limit, the end limit, the end, the second end, the third end, the fourth end, the fifth end, the sixth end, the seventh end, the eighth end, the ninth end, the 10th end, the 11th end, the 12th end, the 13th end, the 14th end, the 15th end, the 16th end, the 17th end, the 18th end, the 19th end, the 20th end, the 20-first end, the 20-second end, the 23rd end, the 24th end, the 25th end, the 26th end,
The 2017